This is Poggy. Welcome back. He's got bronchitis, and he's got time for that. All right. And so, really actually pneumonia, but he's fine. He's here. He worked his ass off to get here, and he currently took some drowsy medicine, so he's probably going to pass out in the middle of this show, which will make for an entertaining show, I think. Just watching that happen, that'd be funny. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we'll talk about the 49ers versus Seahawks game that's happening today at 1:05 p.m. Pacific time. And then we'll get to some players that are being called up, some players that are not playing today. And then Lenore's contract. We'll get Poggy's opinion on that. And so let's go ahead and jump into that. Poggy, how are you feeling right now?
Great. Feeling great.
I
halfway between awake and alive, you know.
Hey, alive. As long as that alive part is kicking in, you're fine.
Yeah.
Hold on. I got to bring up the chat real quick. Make sure I don't miss anything. Turn it down. All right. So, first thing before we do anything, let's go ahead and get the elephant out of the room real quick. Poggy is up 2 weeks. Okay, after a awesome stretch of going, I was down 2-4. He was up 4-2, predicting the games. And I made a comeback. He was choking hard, and then suddenly now he's up 2 weeks, and it's looking bad right now. And that is the last time, Samuel, you're convincing me to go for the Commanders.
I didn't make you feel good about yourself.
No, it's bad. Papa J in the house.
What up, Papa J?
We're the Wolfie and Poggy show. That's right. So right now, I got to beat Poggy because I got to think of like some sort of bet before like it gets 2 away. Then that way I wouldn't want to make the bet because I already lost. Try to think like push-ups maybe, or like maybe eating 4 lemons or some shit. Got to think of some sort of punishment for losing. I feel like that's got to be a thing. Just make this interesting, you know. Even though you are like really into bragging rights and you talk a lot of shit if you win. So I guess there's that. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the news right now. Let's go ahead and jump into the injury report. Let me present that and show you guys. Great to see that you're feeling better, Poggy. What you had to say.
Thank you. Yeah, getting there.
Boom. All right, let me bring the. All right, here's the injury report. Let's go ahead and see if they updated anything at all. If we find out that George Kittle is officially out, he's still listed as questionable.
Game time decision.
Yeah. All right. So first name up right now is Nick Bosa. He had a hip injury that he had in practice 2 weeks ago. It was just like right before he went into the Bucs game. Apparently he hurt his hip, and he, from his own words, his own quote, he describes it as the worst injury he's ever had to play through. So he did not practice on Wednesday, did not practice on Thursday. He was limited on Friday. It was still bothering him, and he is questionable for this game, which sucks because we're going to get a 50% Bosa when we were already getting a 75% Bosa.
We need 100% Bosa.
We need 100% Bosa.
Yeah.
Because our edges are ass, as we all know. Like Field Jr. is not it. Leonard Floyd is a choke artist. Samo is our best gem, but even him, he's still a depth piece. He's not a starting DN. So it's going to look really good for these right tackles that the right tackle and left tackle the Seahawks are going to have. They have Charles Cross, who's not bad. Then they have Abe Lucas coming back for his first start this year, back from the POP, the Seahawks. And he's actually a pretty good right tackle himself. So these edge rushers are going to have some struggle, while the inside interior for the Seahawks is pretty bad with their center retiring. Their right guard is struggling. So I do expect our D tackles to feast a little bit. And that is more of our strength on the D line anyway. So it kind of works out.
Yeah,
Kevin,
it's going to suck.
Go ahead.
I said it's going to suck. Yeah, just seeing that we're not going to get a lot of pressure more than likely. And we've been struggling in that area too. So just not having a full Kittle. Or I'm sorry, Bosa.
A full Bosa already. Yeah, it's going to take us out of it.
Yeah.
And then speaking of D tackles, we got the Kevin Givens once again is out. He's dealing with a groin injury. So I don't know what's going on with him. He's not an IR, so he can come back at any moment. But I think this is like his 3rd week, including the bye week of him being gone. I'm pretty sure. I'm surprised he didn't go on IR. George Kittle is a game time decision, so we won't know until literally the game. So maybe like an hour. I think it's supposed to be like 90 minutes before the game. They're supposed to tell us, so we won't know that until 11:30, 11:45 Pacific time, somewhere around there. And that's kind of sucks because George Kittle is really important. Knowing George Kittle,
in the passing game, huge,
huge in the passing game. Seattle Seahawks do not have very good linebackers.
No.
To cover George Kittle, and that was kind of one of their weaknesses. Luckily, he's not a fast guy, but Salbert's not that bad of a tight end. Braden Willis, I do expect to get a lot more action if George Kittle doesn't play. In the passing game, Braden Willis cannot block worth a damn. He's way too small. But yeah, Kittle being gone Kittle being out of this game is going to be huge for Brock Purdy because he's going to be working with rookies pretty much and Juwan Jennings. And you got Debo, but Debo again is more of a weapon, like a yak weapon than he is a weapon for Purdy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Charvarius Ward, personal matter. Obviously, his daughter passed away. So sad. I can't imagine that feeling. And every week I'm gonna keep saying it. Man, take all the time you need.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Trent Williams did not practice with ankle injury. Here's another huge blow. It is potentially that Trent Williams will not play in this game. Is
more than likely won't. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is huge because now we got Jalen Moore stepping up to play left tackle. Oh my God. The only saving grace from Jalen Moore playing. Sorry, Trent Williams not playing. Is the fact that they don't have any pass rushers. The Seattle Seahawks don't have pass rushers. So we kind of lucked out there, right? But still, that a shit left tackle going up against a shit pass rusher could be polished compared to
on that blind side, it could
it's going to look bad. Punter Wishnowski is officially on IR.
What's up with our special teams, like our kicker, now our punter? It's like, dude, what is going on with what's going on here?
It's brutal, right? Like, I don't understand. Like, it's the core players that are getting hurt. The Moody is getting hurt. I think one of our special teams aces got hurt. I could be wrong, but that could have been last year. But I'm pretty sure he got hurt this year. And then you got the second punter getting hurt. Sorry, second kicker getting hurt after trying to make a tackle because special teams doesn't want to tackle. And he has to make the tackle. And then now you got punter Wishnowski, who has back issues. Apparently, he got it from working out, and that's what injured him. So I don't know what the fuck he's doing, carrying rocks on his back or some shit. I don't know how you're doing that. You're a punter, dude. Why are you pushing yourself to the limit? Okay, I don't understand that. And another thing is that Wishnowski was dealing with this injury for a while now because if you really go look back, they were being sneaky about it. Like there was random times throughout the year they were like practicing punters here and there. Like you rarely hear about it. Like why are you doing it? He's not an injury report. He's fine. Well, it turns out it caught up to Wishnowski and he can't do it anymore, which is a bummer because Wishnowski is one of the best punters in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I do expect short field for the Seahawks. That's going to happen. They're going to get multiple short fields. The defense is going to have a rough go of it because of that short field. So we do have to look at it that way where if we see the defense giving up here and there, we have to take into account that the special teams is not helping. Just like last week where special teams was not helping, but the defense for the most part was holding their own. They got that muff punt, the missed field goals. It would have been 27-10 if our special teams was just remotely good. It would have been 27.
Yeah.
So the defense, it looked bad in that game, but realistically, they were actually pretty damn good. And the same thing could happen in this game where the defense, like if you don't really look at it, they're probably going to look bad, but probably short field, maybe another muff punt. I just see it. Well, then again, Luter Jr. is not out there, and Luter Jr. usually is
yeah.
So
let's keep him out. Yeah, let's keep him on the sidelines for that. He's down for today anyway, so I don't even think he's playing. So
what do you think of Wishnowski being? Do you agree with that? Or
I think he's like you said, he's the best punter in the league. I mean, hands down. I mean,
best punter in the league.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the guy can pin you back. I mean, I love Wishnowski. I mean, the guy is that pinpoint accuracy he's got. I mean, I love that guy. He's a
He does
great
usually
punter.
get under the 5,
Yeah,
under
he can
5.
get you in that 5, and if we had some better special team players, I think it'd look a lot better. But they just, special teams has been terrible the last couple seasons. So that's something that I think in the future, if we work on it, it will look a lot better for him statistically.
Yeah. Well, without Luder Jr. being out there, and then the special teams ace we picked up from the Giants, Nick McLeod, could be a saving grace on special teams.
Yeah.
Because it's been a corner. It's been Luder Jr. the reason why we've had these fucking mess ups. And he's a terrible special teamer, Luder Jr. So this might be a blessing in disguise, him not being there. He's a way better corner than a special teamer. And so hopefully Nick McLeod can step up and hopefully he can stay on the team and keep him around. All right. So Wisnowski's out. Strawberry in the house. Well, Strawberry is kind of set up to lose this week. Not gonna lie, they have all their D line back for this one. I don't know about that. Their D line's not impressive to me though. That's the thing. Like even if they have their D line back, I'm not impressed. I think
their defense hasn't been that solid this year. I mean, they're bottom half defense. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think they're that great. The biggest problem has been their offense. Their offensive bit has been their saving grace all season, and their offense has started to struggle. It's starting to, Geno Smith has started to be Geno Smith of the old, starting to throw more interceptions than he has touchdowns. And they have zero rushing game. They're one of the worst rushing offenses in the league. So, I think we stand a good chance. It's just we need to shut down. We need to make sure we just put Geno in those situations where he's making those mistakes that he does. That's the big thing I think here is just we do have to pressure him. We do have to do some disguise blitz because if we got a 40-50% Bosa out there, we're going to have to throw some blitz packages at him and make him make those stupid mistakes that Geno Smith is known for and throw those interceptions. Our rush defense, solid. We don't have to worry about that. We've been solid in rush defense, so I'm not worried about that. And like I said, they don't have a running game. So I'm not worried there. And then I think offensively we'll be fine. Their defense isn't that good. I think with Christian McCaffrey and what we've been able to do there, and having a brain fart, Ricky Parcell, I mean, he's shown up. He played well last game. I mean, he played great last week. And so
picked up where Ayuk left off last year.
Exactly. And I think that right there shows Brock Purdy, hey, I can trust this guy to go out there, catch the ball, and make plays for me. So I can feed him the ball. And you're going to see probably more of that today. If Kittle's not out there, he's going to have to lean on guys like that. But it just showed last week that, I think that's just going to continue into this week and that, yeah, I can throw it to this guy. He can go out there and make plays. He can catch the ball. And I think that's huge for us. So I'm not worried about it. I think we'll go out there and we'll play our game and we'll be fine. And we're at home. I think, Seattle having to travel down south into our stadium.
I'm not a big, as I said earlier for the live, I'm not a big in a way guy, but you are, and you think that's crucial. And
in some cases, I mean, it depends on the team, but I this game, I guess probably not as big. I mean, not as big. I just think that their offense isn't going to be able to do much against our defense, regardless, because I mean, we still have he's known to throw interceptions to linebackers. These terrible over the.
And we have really good linebackers. Well, we have a linebacker.
Fred Warner's going to get an interception. I mean, I already see Fred Warner getting an interception today. So,
yeah, I'm not concerned with the D line because Trent is out, but unless they put Leonard Williams on the edge, I'm not too concerned. Leonard Williams is a D tackle, and our strength is our right guard, which is Pooney, and Banks for the most part is our strength as well. Banks, so I'm not too concerned with the edge area. But I am a little concerned because, just how shitty is their edge rushers compared to how shitty Jalen Moore is. That's what's going to matter. We're going to see that. So you could be right. That could be an Achilles heel there without Trent. But at the same time, it could not be a factor just because they have nobodies on the edge there.
And you could see a lot of that, the tight end helping out there a lot too, giving a bump
True.
when he comes off the edge a lot too, just giving him a little tap that gives him that extra second or two to get the ball off. So
Salbert next to Jalen Moore.
Exactly. So I mean, I'm not too worried about that. We still have our weapons. We still have, like I said, CMC and all that. So I think we'll be okay.
Bob says, I agree. More blitzes. I want to see more Malik blitzing. Malik Mustafa, yeah, he's really good at that.
Yeah.
He's a missile. He's an absolute missile. He hits the hole like a motherfucker. He knows where it's at.
I think Brock will get the ball out quick. I think you'll see a lot of short passes, and we'll get a lot of yak today. I think you're going to see a lot of – I think Pearsall and CMC, I think they're going to have big days today. If no Kittle, I think you're going to see a lot of Pearsall, CMC, a lot of yak. Pearsall's great with the ball.
Debo screens.
Debo, yeah. I mean, you're going to see that. So, especially
Jet
with
sweeps.
No Williams or Kittle, you're going to see a lot of these short passes just get pretty settled into the game, and then you might see some more long balls or something. So,
well, Jacob Cowling, we might see a Jacob Cowling. We might see a little more Jacob Cowling.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exciting. But I mean, I do agree, Strawberry, to a sense. Like, yeah, he might have to get the ball out quick because of the options that he has in Debo, and then see who, like, you check down to those people. So that makes sense. And then with Ayuk out passing but if Pearsall keeps performing the way he is, and if Jacob Cowling can pop out, I feel like we can just pick up where we left off last year. I know that says a lot for rookies. That's putting a lot on rookies, but they're showing themselves. They're showing themselves as players that you could trust in this situation.
Yep.
It was a bad first week for Pearsall. The first week where he came in was like, okay, yeah, he's a rookie. The next week, I can't remember what it was. I think it was the Dallas Cowboys game. He performed, and then he performed again against the Bucs.
Yeah.
He's getting better every single week. He's not just saying that. Oh, we're going out there and we're trying to get better every week because that's a lot. He's actually doing that,
and let's not forget about our best wide receiver on our team, Juwan Jennings.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I can't forget about that guy.
I know. I'm talking about Pearsall up here. And then I look up and I'm like, oh yeah, Juwan Jennings. Let's not forget about Juwan Jennings, the best receiver on our team. I mean, let's not forget about him.
He was our best receiver last year.
Yeah. Let's not forget about him. So I'm not worried. He's got so many weapons out there that he's going to have one or two looks that he's going to be able to get that ball off. Even without Trent Williams out there, we'll still have, you get two backs out there. You can throw an extra back on that left tackle side and help out if you need to help that blind side. So we'll be okay. I'm not worried about it. We still have, like you said, Aaron Bate. I mean, we'll be all right.
Yeah, I'm not too, especially now that I think about the Juwan Jennings thing.
I forgot about Juwan Jennings. I don't know how I did. Yeah,
I don't know how that's such a big deal.
Yeah.
But Juwan Jennings coming back means that Brock Purdy on the blitz most likely will give Juwan Jennings the 50-50 ball.
Yeah.
So, and Juwan Jennings most likely in a 50-50 ball becomes a 60-40, 70-30 at that point.
I say 70-30, yeah. I mean.
Yeah. So I'm pretty excited now that I think about it. I think I take that back. Maybe get it out a lot, but if Brock Purdy feels that pressure where a free blitzer comes around, I know for a fact he's going to look Juwan Jennings' way and throw it. So now I'm not as concerned about having to check downs and stuff now that I think about it.
Yeah.
All right. Strawberry Rack says, in my opinion, he wasn't bad against the Chiefs. He did seem to get worn down quick in the second half, but considering it was the first half back after being shot, I wasn't surprised. I know, but for being shot and stuff like that, he still wasn't good. I don't think he really showed anything, regardless of that. I understand the circumstance, but like if you just take away those circumstances, just look at what he did on the field, he was not connecting with Purdy at all. It looked terrible. I didn't like it, but hey. Yeah. Hey, okay. if you think he played good, that's more power to you, man. Hi, I am high.
Yeah, me too. I think right now. Game time decision.
Poggy. What's that?
Oh, just answering bells.
Oh, gotcha.
Kittle's a game time decision. Right
it's game time decision. Probably not going to play, honestly.
No, I don't think so. Probably best he doesn't.
Yeah,
I think we can beat them without Kittle. So. I'm pretty confident we can. The way Seattle's been playing the last couple of weeks, they have not looked good. And Geno Smith and his decision-making lately, they've looked terrible. I know I picked them as second. Now I just don't – I don't have the confidence in them anymore that they're going to be that. I think you're right, Brian, that Cardinals are the hot team right now. I thought Rams for a second were going to be that team, and then they lost last week. Thank God, because we needed that. We needed that because we were going to be third in the division. You know, it's like, geez. At least right now we're sitting
W
second.
by the Dolphins. I was actually shocked by them, really.
And I picked the Dolphins to win.
yeah, you're up 2 weeks, but this is just beginning. All right, we got to think of a punishment for whoever loses. There has to be one. There's got to be one. Val, we're showing some love. That's what I can see. I just meant he was being man and getting open, especially in the first half. Yeah, I can see that. Val doesn't look like Kittle is playing yet. It doesn't look like he's playing, which is fine. I feel like, again, like Poggy said, their defense is not rolling. It's not like they're coming off a bye week or anything like that where they feel refreshed. It's just a lot of things are going up against them. If they came off a bye, I'd probably be a little bit more worried just because you have that rest and you can restart and stuff.
They're coming off a loss. They're coming off a
loss. I mean, they got injuries galore like us.
Yeah.
They got no tight end. I just yeah. All right, so let's go through the rest of this injury report.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so Chris Conley, hamstring injury, was limited in practice, full participation in practice. He's most likely going to be back. Feliciano is questionable. Well, they haven't brought him back from IR officially yet, I don't think. So, and they didn't activate him, so he's not playing. He shouldn't be able to play, I don't think. Christian McCaffrey, Achilles, obviously limited practice. Hey, full participation, look at that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's a good sign.
Yeah, I knew he took a couple days off, and then he took full participation. So I think that's good for him.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. And then I'll get your opinion on what you thought of McCaffrey in his first game back. Ronaldo Green, toe injury. He's fine. Full-time position practice. Thank God, because he's a stud. Your Gross Matos, welcome back. Welcome back, Yatur Gross Matos. My underrated signing of the offseason. Please, for the love of God, show up. We need another pass rusher, especially with Nick Bosa being like a nobody right now. We need Gross Matos. We need you to pull up. Juwan Jennings is back from his ankle injuries, limited practice, full participation. Didn't he have another injury? So this ankle one's new, right? I thought he had a different injury.
Who? Juwan? Oh no.
Juwan Jennings. Isn't this
that's a new one? Yeah. I think that was last game.
Yeah. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Well, hopefully he's okay.
No, he's fine.
Luter Jr. is doubtful. Well, he's on IR, so he's not there. And then Aaron Banks, thigh injury. He hurt himself on Friday. It's questionable.
He should be fine.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about that when I did some research. So who they will be without is two of their starting tight ends, Bradley Russell and Noah Fant. That's why they brought up a tight end. That is huge for our linebackers. It's huge for Devondre Campbell.
Yeah.
That's who it's huge for. Tight end Tyler Mabry, they're bringing him up. And they brought up wide receiver Cody White, who's a special teams playmaker from their practice squad. Leonard Williams is going to play for sure. Connor Williams retired for a personal reason. Abraham Lucas, their offensive tackle, who was on POP at the start of the season, so he'll have his first start. Hopefully he's not he can't just pick up from the start. Hopefully he's rusty. Hopefully he's not
going to be game shape, things like that. Yeah.
Exactly. And Boye Mafe, he was limited in practice. I haven't heard that he's not playing. DK Metcalf is back. Draymond Jones, their DN, who has a shoulder injury, he's back. So is Kobe Bryant, Jonathan Hankins, and Jaron Reed. So they got a few D tackles in there, but their pass rushing is such an issue, I think. Even with Jamon Jones coming back, so I don't think Jamon Jones is that good. All right. So what do you think of Christian McCaffrey being back? Like, how did you think of his performance? How would you grade it, and how would you look at it going forward?
I mean, I was surprised at how much he played, honestly. Remember, I texted you, I was like, they can't use him. He can't get more than 30 touches this game. I was like, there's no way. And that guy stayed in pretty much the whole damn game. I was surprised, honestly. And we needed him. And that I was kind of concerned that we needed him that much, you know what I mean? Because I was like, man, bringing him back and playing him that much he's been gone over half of the season.
Yeah.
You know, I was concerned, honestly, that we were going to overuse him. Then he was going to get injured again, and then he was going to be out maybe the rest of the season. So I was a little bit concerned. And I thought he was I honestly, the rushing game probably wasn't there. I don't think our rushing game was there much at all that game, to be honest with you. Against
Yeah,
the
you can
Bucks.
definitely argue that because Isaac Guerrero and Mason all just got one touch, and that was I actually predicted that. Actually, I didn't. No, I take that back. I predicted us to limit using Mason and Guerrero like barely, like maybe 4 or 5 touches. I had a feeling that Kyle was going to run Chris McCaffrey to the ground like a kid at a candy store.
I wish he would have used Mason more. I mean, Mason's one of the leading rushers in the NFL. Why not lean on him more to rush and use Christian in the passing game? You know what I mean?
Use Christian in the red zone, right?
Yeah, like
in the passing game. Yeah, I totally agree.
Why abuse Christian McCaffrey like that? Like, I was really concerned, and
especially just coming back, and like having to refresh his legs and just throwing him out there, like just pushing his Achilles like that right off.
That's what I was really worried about. That I was concerned. He played really good. I mean, he played really great, and I'm thankful he didn't get injured. I'll just say that. I'll say that because I mean, I can't say anything negative about what he did because he played great. It just, I wish Kyle Shanahan would have used Mason. I wish Mason would have got a lot more touches. I'll just say that because I think Mason's undervalued, and I think him getting one touch is kind of a slap in the face to him. Like, thanks for all you've done this season. Here's a nickel, kid. Go sit down on the bench. Yeah, that's ridiculous to me. Like,
it was more like, this is a joke, by the way. Kyle looked at Mason. Remember that time you fucking fumbled at the 8-yard line?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, come on. Mason's one of the leading rushers in the NFL, and you're just gonna sit him the game.
Right, and Guerrero's clutch too. It's been clutch.
Yeah, I mean, it was stupid.
So Chris McCaffrey was 13 carries, 39 yards. He had 3 yards a carry, which is not good. He was not very good in the run game. Which that's why another thing why it was shocking. Yeah, I understand 13 rushes. Okay, it was just 13 rushes. But you think after a while that, like, okay, maybe just put Mason in once you hit the 10th touch, and you realize it wasn't working.
Put the Bulldog in. Let Mason. Yeah. He's got fresh legs. He's been playing all season. He's in shape.
Calluses. He's got his hits in.
Yeah, he's in shape. He can run the ball. What do you have? 1 touch for 5 yards. He already had more I mean, I'm just saying, dude. Like, I wish they would have used Mason more. I'm not knocking. Like, I think, yeah. I love what they did with them in the passing game, but I wish they wouldn't have used them so much in the running game. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. They should have used the fear of him being in the passing game, which is what they did. But also, when you ran it, you should have just started using Jordan Mason or Guerrero.
Yeah, you have 2 other running backs that are really great, that have been playing great in his absence, and he's such a great wide receiver and such a dangerous player that you can move around anywhere on that field. Mm-hmm. And 100%. They have to adjust their defense for that. It's crazy to think that we're just going to bench these other 2 guys and not even use them. It's stupid to think that. I think we could have been a lot more effective using our actual other 2 running backs than just abusing the hell out of our guy that's been sitting
for a while.
IR for 11 weeks, 12 weeks.
Well, if you think about it, it's kind of on par with Kyle's. What he does is he puts, like Ayuk, for example, he wasn't there all off season. He wasn't there during the preseason. He wasn't there during, et cetera, right? Yeah. But from day one, he was Brock Purdy throwing the ball, Brock Purdy throwing the ball, Brock Purdy throwing the ball, just trying to get him forcing the issue when obviously you could tell it wasn't there. And so him coming back to Christian McCaffrey, who himself was eager to play, and I'm sure if Kyle took him out, he would fight to put himself back in. I get that. But when like 2 people are enabling each other, I kind of saw that coming. Yeah, when 2 people are like want the same thing of just forcing CMC out there, I knew that was going to happen. I knew we were going to see a lot of CMC and very little of Guerrero. I thought we weren't going to see Guerrero at all. I thought there wasn't going to be a single Guerrero carry. And there was significantly less carries for Mason than I thought. I thought there was like 4 or 5, but only 1. That
was ludicrous. Yeah,
that's disrespectful to Mason and what he's done this year. I feel like if I was Mason, I'd feel like shit. I'd be like, dude, I understand that like Christian McCaffrey's back. I understand he's offensive player of the year last year, but right now he's not 100%. He's practically me, but weaker. Like I don't even think he's as good as Mason right now in the run game. Pass game, obviously, he's picking up where
I mean, but just use him in the pass game mainly and let let Mason do his thing because Mason's been great for us all season. What's the point? I don't know.
110%.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed to see how much we used him just because I was really concerned that he was going to get injured.
Well, on the bright side, his legs are fine, and the rest that he got wasn't like, I haven't heard anything bad about his Achilles. I haven't heard that it's bothering him again or anything like that. So luckily, pushing him did not force any kind of problems, which is good.
Yeah.
So it's good for his Achilles. And that's good for the future, like for the future games. Like maybe week 13, week 14, start pushing him hard, but because if you didn't have a good running back, if you didn't have a security blanket or insurance, I can understand that. Okay, we need a running back. We need CMC like right now. Force the issue, man. Get him back here. I understand that part. But we have two. Garendo is a clutch run. He's not the best. But when you need a big run, he gives it to you. When Mason's out there, he's great from the 1 to 80-yard line. There was ways to implement like how well they're playing into this game and helping CMC get back into the game shape. But again, like I said, it's two people enabling each other here. That's pretty much what happened. So
yeah.
All right. That is CMC. We got some comments. Let's jump into the comments. More concerned about missing Kittle online on the red zone. He's been their best red zone target, which is one of the areas. That's a good point.
Jennings, we'll have Jennings there.
Yeah, Jennings is a 50-50 guy, so that is true. But then again, I don't think Jennings has that many. Unlike Kittle, though.
Well, Jennings hasn't been there this season, though. I think Jennings will still be that guy in the red zone. Yeah, but Jennings hasn't been here this season, so
he's been around. Like for the first first 6 weeks, he wasn't good in the red zone.
He'll be here. Jennings will be there for that red zone. But yeah, I agree. Kittle's huge in the red zone. He's clutch. So
that's good. Yeah, that's
good. And we got
it.
CMC back, so I think
and hopefully he's back to form in that passing game because he wasn't anything in the red zone. As Kittle said, apparently that play that he caught a touchdown in, where Brock Purdy was like running around. Apparently, according to Kittle, that play was designed for CMC, and he did not get open, and that's kind of concerning a little bit. But then again, he just came back, so forgive him a little bit, and he did make big plays. So, all right. How much faith do you have in Sauber to take over Kittle if he doesn't play? He's not going to be fast or anything like that, but he's a good blocker in my opinion, and that's important, especially for.
I don't think he really has the hands, but he can block.
He's got hands, man.
Just say he's going to block. He's going to block. We'll just let him block.
I think Sauber gets a touchdown. I think you guys are underestimating Sauber. I think Sauber's actually a lot better than you guys think. I think he's sneaky good. In practice, and I know practice is not the same, training camp's not the same, but in practice, training camp,
he can catch it from the machine.
He can catch the ball, dude. He sneakily gets open, as was described about him. Like he gets 20-yard catches, 15-yard catches, apparently, so he can make those plays. He's just not fast, and so we'll see. But I think Sauber's going to get a touchdown pass. I think he's going to be a lot better than I think. You obviously just think he's going to be a blocker and don't use him in the passing game, right?
No, well, he'll get it. He might get a couple touches, but I don't think he's going to utilize as much as other players we have. We have too many weapons out there.
With Juan coming back and Pearsall popping off.
You're not going to get – you're not going to get –
I guess that has potential, but none of those players have stepped up in the red zone, though. So
yeah, we'll see.
It could be Sauber's to take. Matos underrated. For sure, Papa. 110%, my man. 110%. Sauber's a fine blocker. Don't expect him to take Kittle's routes in the passing game. So Strawberry agrees with you, Poggy. He might have one target catch for like 5 yards. He's a smart man, but he's going to get proven wrong on this one. Watch.
We'll give him 4.5, and we'll round it up to 5, Strawberry.
All right. I'm telling you right now, he's going to get a touchdown. There's going to be a tutty. Watch. And I'm going to text you. I told you so. So fucking hard. Strawberry agreed. I think JJ Pearsall will be the next Terry Holt and Isaac Bruce. Damn, that's praise. Even I know that. It's crazy. Would not do 2 tight end sets with Kittle out. Do more 3 wide receiver sets. Keep Jennings and Pearsall out there more than Sauber, Papa. Yeah, I agree with that. You don't want to do two sets with. I think you only got Tungus right now, Braden Willis, and Sauber, and those are just backup tight ends. So I agree. Only do 2 tight end sets when you're running the ball. It's the only time I feel like you should do that because they're blockers. Except
we don't have those 2 tight ends that you could run a 2 tight end set that would be really effective in the passing game. I'd say.
Isn't Tungus a good blocker too?
He's a good blocker. I'm talking about two tight end set that could work out into the passing game. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Because I think running to the left with Salbert there and Jalen Moore wouldn't be a bad idea. I think running to the right with Tungus or maybe Salbert motioning over to the right.
Tungus is a good blocker. He's a good blocker. So, that's all he does is block. He's definitely not a catcher.
Terry Holt and Isaac Bruce, more like Torrey Wilson and Ike Turner.
That's messed up.
Is that? I don't. For some reason, I recognize Ike Turner, but I don't remember Torrey Wilson. Is Torrey Wilson bad? Is he terrible?
No, but Torrey Wilson. He's mid, maybe.
Okay, yeah. All right. It's just that's not what you want from the start. Okay, you should blow out the Sea Chickens in this game. I hope so. We'll see. We'll make our predictions here soon. I am wondering if Mason's shoulder is still bothering him. He was back in blue, no contact jersey, practice this. Oh, was he? Oh, that could have contributed to it. If he was hurt,
I didn't hear anything on that.
I didn't hear anything on that. That changes my criticism a little bit then. Because if he was actually hurt and you don't want him out there with that shoulder injury, but then again, why use Garendo, who's been a stud, right? So, like, maybe you're right. Maybe the Mason thing is true. Like, if he's hurt and he needs to heal his shoulder, that makes sense. Okay, don't use him that much. But you've got Garendo, who's been clutch. So that part I don't understand. But I take back that criticism. Tribe laughing. Hello, Tribe. How are you doing? We're showing some love to each other. Hater on hater love. I like it. Dayton, talk some sense into the clowns. Jesus Christ, Greg. I'm sure you hope so. All right, let's get through the shit talk. KMBR is over like, hey, Tribe, finally getting rid of clowns. I can't lie. I'm not confident about it. I'm trying to find some. I'm not confident about our schedule. I'm confident. I think there's only 3 games that are hard, like Green Bay, Bills, and
Lions.
Lions. Those are the 3 hardest ones. Outside of that, I think I think 10-7 is very possible. He's questionable. I didn't see a wild card from this division. We got to win the division. 110%. That is the goal. Is the division. The division is the goal, and that is very possible.
We need the Cardinals to lose.
We need the Cardinals. Well, we just need to get to the bye week, right? Well, actually, if you think about it this way, let's say the Cardinals win every single game and we win every single game, right?
Well, we have to beat them.
The very last week. So it'll be whoever wins the division kind of type game. So because they still haven't had their bye week yet. So once they have
bye week this week,
they have bye week this week. So if we win, we're 6-4 ourselves, and we're tied at that point. And the tiebreaker.
Well, they still hold the tiebreaker.
That's what I'm saying. Like they can win every game, and we can win every game. And then we could still take the division if we beat them. And that's something that should come down to that. It should come down to that kind of a game. And I like that. If it does. But I think the Cardinals might take a dip here. And I think we're going to.
I think so, yeah. I don't think they're that good.
The Cardinals are going to dip just a tad. So.
They'll come back to reality.
Yeah. They'll come back to reality a little bit. I still think they're going to be second in the division, like I called it. Just saying.
One thing you can get right.
I was so right about that, dude. I was so right about that. You're like, nah, you're dumb. I'm taking my victory lap, okay? I'm taking my victory lap. It's called for. All right. Next up, we just got to talk about the division there, some questions. Then we talked about CMC right now. Next up, Lenore's contract, $18.4 million a year, $92 million, 5 years, well-deserved. It is a team-friendly contract for the 49ers. It is something out of left field you would never expect from this regime. They always wait until June, July, and August to sign players, which is like the most expensive time, in my opinion, because the prices go up at the start of free agency. So I just find it ridiculous, but I'm super glad. I'm super glad they did this. I'm super glad they made him the 12th highest paid corner. That means next year when that price tag goes up, that means him being the 12th highest, it's going to probably go down a little bit. Maybe it's like 18th. It's just going to go from there.
Yep.
And he doesn't get paid as a one corner who takes up like a lot of the space until 2 years from now.
Yep.
So we got some good cap space from this contract to sign possibly another 1 year rental of a corner next year. Because again, Lenore is still being paid not as a top tier or number 1 corner. So it's an absolute steal. 110% agree. Strawberry. I think this is a steal. This was a big move by the 49ers.
Yeah. His guaranteed money, all that. I mean, it's fully guaranteed is like 25th.
I didn't see that part.
Ranked amongst quarterbacks is 25th. His total guaranteed is 10th. So the 38.6 is 10th. But I mean, like you're talking about, that's going to go down after, you know what I mean? So I think it's a steal for him. So I think he's 25 years old. He's a young quarterback. There's nothing but upside to him. So, and he's done nothing but progressed over the years. You know, he's gotten better over these seasons. So he's a good cornerback, and you know, they've been working on it. They've been working on it since the offseason, and he didn't take the Ayuk approach, right?
Yeah,
he just kept playing, and he kept playing, and he, you know, there's a quote in here. You know, he said that he said, when my agent told me the contract down and I burst into tears, I finally was able to change my family's life. Like this guy, he's here to play. He's a West Coast guy. He just wants to stay here. He wants to stay with this team, and that's what he got. So, you know, and he's not a big cap hit.
By fans, for sure.
And it's not a big cap hit over the season. So over the years. So it's big for us. It's definitely a team friendly.
Yeah, he's the thing is, like, it's the timing of signing a player right here also, especially with how well he's playing. I wouldn't say first team All Pro, but I would put him up there at second team maybe.
Yeah.
He's around that area playing that good right now. He's playing really good football, and what's really good about that is, like, he does. And this is like the anti Ayuk thing here, is that not only is Ayuk was taking a break and all that, and he wasn't really working out or pouring like that, so he was a little bit out of shape, right? Well, if you paid Lenore in the offseason, that opens up that opportunity of him, like, just wanting to go spend money, not focusing on football, not getting engaged with the team or anything like that. Signing him now while he's going to work every week, while he's performing like this, is perfect opportunity. Not only that, I feel like would boost his ego a little bit to the point where he feels like he needs to go out there and perform even harder. Signing him, I feel like signing in the middle of the season, now that I think about it, it's just the perfect time to do it because, again, you don't want that player seeing all that money in their hands, going out to like around the world, and then suddenly they're fat and slow. You don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And so I like it for that reason too, just because. And I could be proven wrong. Like, he could just got paid and all of a sudden he drops off, but I don't see that. I think his mindset is totally on being the best.
Yeah, I think he had. I mean, just in his quotes and everything, reading the article, I mean, he seems to be really thankful for it, and he wants to work hard and prove himself. So I think he's one of those players that, you know, he believes in working hard and earning his way, you know. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of Lenore. He's going to be our number one corner for him. A lot of people, I don't know how you feel. I want to know if you agree with this, but some people don't think that he can stand up with DK. But I'm pretty sure I've seen him.
He did play with DK.
Yeah, I could have sworn he shut down DK.
He has shut down DK. So
I think he
played him. No, he didn't play him this season. I think it was last season and played DK. Or maybe it was this season. I think he's guarded him this season. I know I've seen him on DK and shut down DK. So
yeah. I think the tackling part might be hard. Like, once he catches it.
DK's a whole different. He's like a tight end with that speed. So let's be honest. Like, for a normal quarterback to play against DK and try to tackle him, I mean, understandable. That's not, you know. I mean, let's talk. Deion Sanders couldn't tackle for shit. So okay,
that's true. Yeah, you avoid that.
All right,
shit.
Let's not. Worry about
let's not get hurt. I'm paid to knock the ball down, intercept the ball, and cover my receiver. That's what I'm paid to do.
That's what I thought. Strawberry's right. Yeah, he was. I thought so. Yeah, I could have swore he did shut him down. Yeah. So
I don't remember who said that. Someone was concerned. Wolfie, I don't agree. Signing players through the season is best thing for the players and the teams. This will norm in the future. I hope so.
Well, it just depends on their contracts. Sometimes you can't sign them during the middle of the season, like Purdy. We can't sign them until after the season.
Well, we can sign him when the playoffs start.
Yeah, in the offseason.
That's the rule. We can sign. I think we should do that immediately.
They're not gonna lock him up until after.
Yeah, they're not going to. But I feel like that would be like the best time to do it. You know, just get it out of the way. Sign a quarterback. He needs to be the next quarterback signed.
Well, that gets us $50 million in cap room. So
yeah, we got we got a lot of cap, and then like further down the line, I think in like 2027, 2028, it's like 100 and something million. They're going to backload that into that. And what makes this year so great is there's not a lot of players this year to like sign or whatever that are like going to be super expensive. It's just Brock Purdy.
You got Hufanga, Banks, Ward, Greenlaw, Mitchell. Sorry.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
And then Mason's a restricted free agent, so someone's got to give a pick for him, or we're going to have to match. So either way, we get something for him.
Yeah.
And I do think Mason should go to another team just because like he needs to be a starter somewhere, right?
I agree,
he's done enough for us. He's shown a lot of love for us. Like even if he goes to the Cowboys, I'm not saying
he's earned it. Yeah,
he deserves it. Yeah, he deserves it. He earns it. And that's what's kind of sad about it.
I'd like to see us get Banks. I'd like to see us keep Banks. I mean, to show Purdy that, hey, we're invested in you. We're invested in your long term, that we're going to keep pieces in front of you. Ward and Greenlaw, great pieces, but Greenlaw's injury prone. So I'd like to see Ward's been a great corner for us too. But right now, Banks, I think priority before, we'll be able to get Purdy. But if we can get Banks, get a good contract for Banks, I think that's probably our next.
He should be expensive. It's not that good. He's like a back end guard.
Yeah, but I mean, he's been. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to get him, but we'll see.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, like, because O-line everyone's struggling to find good O-line right now.
Yeah, everybody's paying money for O-line, and that's the problem, is that he might end up getting more money than what he's worth. So,
let me go ahead and try to find the. Strawberry brought up, aren't Warner and Kittle heading into final years of their contracts also? No, they're not.
No.
It's just right now. So before you, so who do you think should be the next? So who do you think should go? And who do you think we should resign number one?
I love Hufanga, but he's got to go. Mitchell has got to go. And I like to get Banks because, like I said, if we can get Banks at a discount, like Strawberry's talking about,
it shows that we're top dollar. That's all that matters.
But it shows Purdy, right, that we're invested in him in his long term. Either that, you have to trade for another offensive piece. If you can't keep Banks, you have to invest in your offensive line because Purdy is your guy, right?
He's everything.
You're going to pay Purdy, so you need to protect him regardless of. So either you pay Banks to stay, or you trade away some draft picks or something else, because you have to invest in your offensive line. Right now, we don't have those pieces there to replace Banks. No. So what do? You have to either trade or side Banks.
Draft,
so you can't,
players next year. Something. If you let him go, you better go in with an intention of getting a guard that's equal or better to him for sure.
Because you can't pay Purdy all that money,
or if he demands too much money.
Or you can't. Yeah, if he demands too much money, understandably, he's got to go. But I mean,
that forces
you to replace him.
To go find a replacement.
You have to replace him. You can't just
go in there.
You can't just go. Either we get you at bottom dollar, or we're going to let you go. You're probably going to have to pay him a little bit more than what you think he's worth. But as long as you can keep him within your budget, or maybe just slightly above, I think it's worth it to keep him.
All right, so I got a tough one for you then. So you're forgetting about Greenlaw here. What if Greenlaw is the same player? What if he's the same player? Do you keep, and you have to choose between Banks and Greenlaw?
We have such a history of
oh my God,
linebackers.
No way, did you just say keep Banks over
okay, but you're talking but no, it's tough because you're talking about Purdy. You're talking about your franchise quarterback. What do you prioritize? Protecting your franchise quarterback or keeping a linebacker? What's more important to you?
100% understand where you're coming from, but if you stick to the plan, though, which is the plan of like, okay, if you have to sign Greenlaw, who is like the fire of the defense, he's crucial.
Who are you going to replace? But you better. Do you have a plan?
That's what I'm saying. That's what if you sign Greenlaw, right, and you're able to do that, like he's not out of the market, like he's not too much money. Of course, this all matters. Like if you could afford him and he's not asking to be the number one paid linebacker. If that's not, like, you can't do that. You can't pay Warner and then pay Greenlaw number one money. I get that part. But if you're able to keep one or the other, I would easily keep Greenlaw if he's the same player over Banks because I'm going into the offseason with the idea of drafting an offensive lineman or signing one who's equal or better to him. Because, again, Banks is not the best of his position, not even close. Greenlaw is one of the best at his position. So if I'm able to afford one or the other, I'm taking Greenlaw.
But Greenlaw has been injury prone, right? What has he? Where's Greenlaw been for us?
He has had one injury, dude. He has not been injury prone.
Where's he been for us lately?
He had an Achilles tear.
That is bad for a linebacker, though.
Wolfie. But that's what I'm saying. If he's the same player, though, we're talking about if he's the same player. If he comes back from Achilles,
no, that's tough. That's tough because you have to have a game plan. You have to have a game plan.
Okay.
Because,
I agree with that. There has to be a game plan.
You can't just say, okay, Greenlaw's the same player, but what about if there's no game plan to replace Banks? Wait, what about if they get Greenlaw, but then they never replace Banks?
But that would be dumb on their part.
That's what I'm saying. So right now we're talking about the present. You're talking about the present right now. Let's talk about the present right now.
Okay, so if the 49ers keep Banks, right? If the 49ers keep Banks, Strawberry's right. Regardless, they'll have to draft a guard or get one to develop regardless. As for Greenlaw, if you re-sign Greenlaw, you wouldn't have to do that. You already got Bethune. You already got Winters in the back end. You need to draft or sign a guard regardless.
You can draft a linebacker or you can sign a linebacker regardless. They have a history of picking up linebackers or drafting linebackers, right? Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman. Look at who we have now. Fred Warner. I mean, we have a history of picking up these linebackers and them being great. We don't have a history of getting offensive linemen.
You can't just rely on that, man. You can't just be like, okay, back in 20 years ago,
you're doing a lot of what ifs right now. I'm talking about look at the list of what
you're doing. What ifs?
Look at the list of what we have to sign, though, right? You got here's your 5 choices: Hufanga, Banks, Travaris Ward, Greenlaw, Elijah Mitchell. Who you're going to sign right now?
What was that? What was the list?
Hufanga, Banks, Ward, Greenlaw, Mitchell. Who would you sign? Who would be your priorities? Who would be your priority to sign?
If Greenlaw is not the same player, I'm taking Banks.
I would take Banks regardless.
Even if
Greenlaw is the same player, because you don't know what you're going to get.
Draft and sign a guard regardless. But as for a linebacker, it's not the same. You have you have D Winters and you have Bethune. You already have people to develop who are going to take that opportunity next, who should take the next step next year. While you have nobody to take the next step next year for the guard position. Nick Sikel isn't going to do it.
I don't think Greenlaw. You're doing a lot of Greenlaw. Greenlaw is not going to come back as the same player.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's president on. That's the whole thing. If Greenlaw is the same player, I'm keeping him if I can. But if he's not the same player, and then I'm not going to keep.
I'm thinking Purdy here. I'm going with Purdy. I'm thinking of our franchise quarterback here. I want to protect our franchise quarterback. Yes, I would love to have Greenlaw, but he's not going to come back as the same player. I'm going Banks.
Okay. All right. Outside of Greenlaw and Banks, you got Hufanga and Ward. I feel like they're gone. They're gone next year.
Hufanga and Mitchell are definitely gone. Travaris Ward wouldn't be bad, but you're not going to get Ward. He's going to be too expensive.
I would say free agent for all lines is too expensive for midseason players. Well, he is a free agent, technically. You have to re-sign him to that free agent price anyway, then, if you want to re-sign Banks. So free agency online being too expensive would apply to Banks. So you would still have to pay that.
You're missing the point here. O-line are going to be expensive regardless, right? So if you can get him to re-sign for a discount, I think you take him regardless. Linebackers, you can get a lot cheaper than you can for O-linemen.
But
you're underselling your franchise quarterback. You're going.
No, I'm saying
let me fill in a rookie there. You're trying to put a rookie in his place, somebody that hasn't proved that they can block in the NFL, and hoping that we can fill in that position with a rookie or maybe possibly sign somebody
A
for
free
more
agent
money.
guy who's better than Banks that you would pay the same money for him? You're asking.
Yeah, you're hoping, you're hoping that we.
You're hoping he takes a discount.
That's all you can bet on right now, right? He's with the 49ers. You're betting that he will take that discount.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll have to see down the road if Greenlaw is the same player, and we'll watch it all unfold, and we'll see what the 49ers do. What do you think the 49ers would do? Not just what I think would do, what you think would do. What do you think the 49ers would do?
I think they would go with Banks because they have to show
they don't prioritize offensive line, though. I'm not trying to back my opinion here. I'm just saying, they don't prioritize offensive line.
They're going to if they're going to protect Purdy.
But they didn't do that with Jimmy G, who they thought he was going to be the franchise quarterback.
They're going to do that with they did.
No, they did that before Jimmy G.
Purdy. They're going to prioritize. If you're going to re-sign Brock Purdy and pay him, you better get offensive linemen.
Yeah, I agree. In the offseason, in the free agency, sign some offense. Even if you keep Banks, you still need a center and you still need a right tackle. Even if you keep Banks.
Okay.
And then you need a replacement left tackle that you draft, hopefully, to replace Trent Williams, who's obviously, he gets hurt at least 1 or 2 games throughout the season. That is just inevitable. But the dude's almost done. He's not, in my opinion, I don't think he's the same left tackle, Trent. He's not been the same this year.
No, he's 40 years old. But yeah.
Yeah. So we need to replace that. There's a lot of things. This whole offseason, we can agree, if you sign Purdy, I do agree that the number one priority is offensive line. Yeah, it's 110%. I agree with that part. All right, so let's go ahead and jump on over to the pick'ems. And let's get this over with because Poggy's going to just face plant his keyboard at some point. Poggy's got bronchitis. He ain't got time for that.
Pneumonia, but yes.
Pneumonia. He ain't got time for that. All right. So as I'm going to keep saying, I guess not keep saying, but just bring up again, Poggy is 6-4. I am 4-6, all because Poggy wouldn't give me a tiebreaker, but I think he still would have won even without a tiebreaker. I think he won both games because I had the Rams beating the Dolphins and then the Commanders beating the Steelers. Mm-hmm. I fucking hate the Steelers with a passion, dude. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump over to the pick'ems. I like saying it like that. I don't know why. All right. First game. All right. Before we talk about that, let's talk about the 49ers versus Seahawks game. What is your score prediction?
I'm going to say 34-24.
Oh, a 2-score game?
Yeah, why not?
34-24. So
what was their last score? What was their
I think it was 20. I think it was 30-24.
36-24, yes. Oh, yeah, I guess it's going to – wow, okay.
So what do you think?
Yeah, 34-24. Why not? Keep it around the same.
So you got the over. I got the under. I think it's going to be Friday. And I don't remember who said this. Someone said, if Trent plays, it's going to be 27-21. And I like that score. I'm going to take 27-21. I'll take that score. So you obviously got the over, and I got the midline, the even part, which I would say was more like an under. And then, by the way, I think it was Papa J who said this, that the tiebreaker should be the over-under. What do you think of that?
Whatever.
For the 49ers versus Seahawks game. So, for example, if I pick the under of 48 points and you pick the over of 48 points, whoever is right about that, if we're tied, that would be the tiebreaker.
Okay.
You're cool with that? Okay.
I don't care.
Well, I have the midline, which is pretty much under. I would say that's under. You got the over of 48 points, and you got the over of 6.5. I got the under of 6.5. So, yeah, we still need it. We'll need a tiebreaker for that. So, do you want to do it for the over/under on total points, or do you want to do the over/under on favoritism?
Yeah, points.
Points. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and jump into the pick'ems. Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears.
Packers. Bears
36
terrible.
Jesus Christ. That's gonna be a score fest. All right. What did you say? You said the Packers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the Packers too. That's
yeah. That Bears have really gone downhill.
Shout out to Larry Krueger predicting that Caleb Williams was going to be total ass. By the way,
he has been great. They're 31st in the passing, so they're not the worst.
They're not the worst. They're not the bottom of the barrel.
They're one better than somebody else. So there you go.
they're the backwash at the bottom of a soda. They're not exactly the bottom, but all right. So Packers. Papa J's got the Strawberries. Got the Packers. Papa J, I think, is saying the Packers here too. 28-17. So
no, I think he's saying the Bears.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Jaguars at Lions.
Do we even have to say?
No.
Okay.
I already put Strawberry and Papa J there for Lions. Vikings at Titans. It's gonna be a trap game. I mean, if you think about it, you were right about the Vikings dipping. They're dipping hard.
They are dipping hard.
These past 2 games,
and they're going against the number 1 defense in the NFL.
That's true. One of the best passing defenses in the league.
Yep, best defense in the. It is a very good defense. This could be one of those games that they could lose.
If their passing defense is good as it is, and their run game, Aaron Jones is not that bad. I don't know. It depends on how their game plan is.
I still think the Vikings are going to win. I think because they still
I'm gonna come back to it just because I think it's
they're going to have a top. They have a top defense too. The Vikings.
Okay. Strawberry says Vikings. Defense is going to eat Will Levis alive.
Yeah,
I think Mason Rudolph is playing, isn't he? I think he's back. I think he's in there, right? I thought
for Tennessee.
Yeah, I thought Mason Rudolph is playing for the Tennessee right now. I could have sworn.
Check.
Yeah, check real quick. That would matter. If Will Levis is playing, then I'll pick Vikings. I'll still think about it if Mason Rudolph plays. I'll still think about it. But I'll definitely pick Vikings if it's Levis.
Oh my God.
Papa J's got Vikings. I'll put a P there and I'll put an S there. Levis played last week, says Strawberry. That's true.
Yeah, I think he is playing today. But I think, the Vikings have a top defense. So they're top 10 defense. Their offense isn't that good. I think, like I said, they're starting to come down to earth. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe Sam Darnold is coming back to earth a little bit. He's got to throw a big 6 here and there against that passing defense. There's ways for this team to win, right? Like there's way for the Titans
for their defense to pick it up and win. But I still think Tennessee's defense is too good but Minnesota's defense is too good that their offense or their special teams will pull it through for. I think it'll be a close game.
Cancel out the Tennessee's offense because they're both defenses are great, right? So now you got to look at their offenses, and you would definitely say the Vikings is better than the Titans' offense.
Yeah, way better. Tennessee's offense is like the bottom. I think they're 29th or 30th.
So. Raiders at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Why are you laughing at that? Tua concussion Viola is not the same.
Yeah, he's still better than the Raiders.
Did you see that dumbass tackle he made last week?
Oh my God!
Did you see it where he put his fucking head in the way?
He's an idiot.
He's such a fucking moron. He's already in the CT. But then again, if you
he needs to donate his brain.
He needs to donate his brain. He's already done the Antonio Brown thing where he's dyed his hair.
Yeah,
and not to mention in press conferences, I don't know if you've watched him. He seems a little off. Yeah. Some of his responses are a little off. So you got Dolphins. I'm gonna take the Dolphins as well. I just do not believe in the Raiders at all. So I agree with you on that one. Los Angeles Rams at the Patriots.
What's weird is the Patriots have started to pick up their shit a little bit, but I think the Rams will beat them.
I purposely put Rams for you there.
Yeah, I don't. As much as I don't want them to pick that, the Mets are really kicking in her. I want to pick the Patriots, but whatever. I want the Patriots to win. But I think
I want the Patriots to win, but realistically, the Patriots could win too. It just depends on how badly are the Rams falling apart. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Pop J's got the Dolphins, and I think I'm pretty sure Strawberry's got the Dolphins too. I'm hoping for a Patriots win. I think May will actually do well against the Rams' ass defense. So you think you got the Patriots?
Me? No,
I'm talking about
Strawberry.
Yeah, I think he's got the Patriots.
He's hoping for the Patriots.
Hoping for the Patriots? Okay. Browns at the Saints. This is a shit bowl. Holy fuck.
Oh my God. Yeah. Saints just because they're at home. And it's Jameis Winston. I mean, it's fucking Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston is not bad.
He's the worst. They're the worst offense in the NFL.
He beat the Ravens.
It doesn't matter. That was like, hey, I'm going to come in and play like the one game that, some quarterback comes in and they have a miracle game. And he's like, I'm back. And then he comes in and throws 20 interceptions.
It was very Cam Newton. Because remember, like when Cam Newton came back for the Panthers, he won that first game, played great.
That's
and then after that, it's very
That's
Cam
all
Newton.
it was. Yeah. I mean, the Saints have, a pretty good offense, actually. It's their defense that's been hurting them. So.
Mm-hmm. So you got the Saints. I might pick the Browns here just because I think Jameis Winston's going to have a bad game, good game, bad game, good game. I think it's going to be like that. That could be wishful thinking, but we'll see. I'll come back to it. I got 2 games I'll come back to. Ravens at Steelers. This one could be tough.
This one could be. It could.
They play each other tough all the time. They always play each other.
And Pittsburgh, so I'm going to go with Pittsburgh on this one just because.
You always pick the Ravens, though, dude. You're a Ravens believer.
No, I don't like. No, I think their defense is going to bully. What's his name? Lamar Jackson. Almost said Jameis Winston. Those meds are really kicking in hard. No, they're gonna bully him. I think they're gonna bully him, and I think their rushing game's gonna pull.
You think it's gonna be a blowout?
No. I think it's gonna be a rock'em sock'em game. Okay. I think it's gonna be back and forth. I think it's gonna be like a field goal type game. I think it's gonna be like 19, 17, 16, type game. It's gonna be like a really close game. I think it's gonna be a tough game.
I'm going to
the Ravens. Ravens are the top offense, but Steelers have one of the top defenses too. So it's like, and the Ravens have a terrible defense, and the Steelers have a bottom tier offense, but they have a really good rush. They're
Russell Wilson is playing a little bit better than you. I'm not saying he's playing great or good or anything.
He has picked up. Yeah, he's picked up, and he seemed to be. I'm not saying Russell the old, but he seems to be playing mid-tier, like managing better than he has in the past. So I think
if he plays like Highsmith, though?
I don't know.
They lost Highsmith. I think he has a leg injury. I think he's out. Lamar Jackson hasn't beaten the Steelers since 2000. Really?
I didn't know that.
Tough. That's tough.
I'm going to stick with the Steelers.
Sticking with the Steelers. There's 3 games we'll have to come back to because this is such a tough week. I have to make decisions, man.
Last time they played, it was 17-10 Steelers in Baltimore. Yeah, it was a close game. I think it's still going to be a close game.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be like a 1-point, 2-point game or something like that. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll come back to that. Colts at Jets. That's a shit bowl there, too.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams stayed home. Colts.
You got Colts? I got Colts.
Yeah, I mean.
Papa Jay's got Baltimore. Good one. All right. Colts. But what were you saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah, I agree. Colts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Colts. Yeah. We're good with that. Falcons at Broncos. Trap game.
Yeah.
Well, I know
Broncos, baby. Come on, Broncos.
Really?
I want the Broncos to win.
Pick the Broncos, though, dude.
I want the Broncos to win. I want the Broncos to win. I kind of feel like the Falcons are going to win, but I think I'm going to go Broncos. Fuck it. I'm going to throw one out there for the hell of it.
One out there? Oh, dude. Yeah. They're going to fucking win, too. Watch. Oh, my God. Okay.
They're one of those teams that they're in the middle in every class, and the Falcons defense is terrible. So
yeah, but you got Bo Nix at quarterback.
And Bo Nix you don't know what you're going to get. So either he's going to play lights out or he's going to play fucking terrible. So we'll see.
Let's go Kirk Cousins. I got Kirk Cousins.
All right.
He can do it. He's going to do it. Seahawks versus 49ers. We got that one already. Yeah. Chiefs at Bills. Now this one.
I think I'm going to go Bills because I want man.
What do you want compared to what do you think is going to happen?
Going to happen? I mean, I think
you have to see past your bias somehow. You have to take off your bias goggles somehow.
Well, I think I'm already going to lose this week because I picked a couple games that I'm just throwing out there because I want them to win. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to go Bills. I'm just going to take it this week because fuck it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bills too just because I want that to happen. Sorry, Tyler.
I don't even care. I don't even care.
I don't care either. They that's just a wash to me at that point. Yeah. It needs to happen. One in the host. You cut the back end, but hey, Welcome, brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, I'll get to your other comment earlier that you talked about with the Trent Williams, and then we'll get out of here. Bills. It's like Bills. Chiefs, every time I pick against them, they win. Reverse psychology. All right. Okay. Smart. I like that. Papa J has Denver. Okay. I didn't write that one down. Next up, what's the next one? Bengals at Chargers.
I think Chargers are going to win.
That's actually shocking. The 39%. I actually thought it'd be closer.
What's that? A lot of people are picking the Bengals. I think it's because their offense, but their defense has been really good this year. The Chargers.
Did the Bengals win last game?
No, Chargers dominated them back in 2021.
You remember that shit? Crazy. All right. So, Bengals at Chargers. I almost want to pick Joe Burrow here, but I'm also going to pick the Chargers. And I'm not a believer in the Chargers either. That defense is a liability. It's a problem.
Bengals are liability. Yeah.
You think Joe Burrow is going to have an amazing game? Says one. That's possible, but I mean, can he keep up with that bad defense? So that's the problem. I do believe that he could pop off, but they just can't beat them in the playoffs. Bengals. That's true. The Bills can beat the Chiefs, just not in the playoffs. That's kind of an issue. That 13-second game, I'll never forget. That was crazy. God, they should have lost that game. All right, Texans at Cowboys. Why is this a Sunday night football game?
That's Monday, isn't it?
Oh, why is this a Monday night football game?
Because it's Texas. I don't know. Texans.
Yeah, I guess it's his Texans. I got Texans too. This one's easy.
Just get off that stupid Cowboys. Who cares about them?
Yeah. The new consensus team for Texas is now the Texans. Let's be real.
Yeah. They're Texas team now.
You got the Bills. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump back to the previous games. I don't know why Bengals at Chargers is a Sunday night game. That's this
a good game. Yeah.
This should have been.
That should be the Sunday night game. They should have swapped those around. Yeah, easily.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Heck, even this.
No, I think the Bills and Chiefs.
Bills and Chiefs, yeah, that's my top two.
Our Ravens in that game right there should have been the Sunday night game. That is a good game. That's going to be a rock'em sock'em game. I'm going to have that game. Oh, no, I'm going to be asleep. Never mind. I'm so tired right now.
You're fine. I'll take the Steelers at. I'll take the. That stat is really scary. Haven't beaten them since 2019. That is such a scary stat. But I think they break it. I'm going Ravens. Peace out. What's up, Val? Welcome back. Or are you leaving? I can't tell, but good to see you. Saints at Browns. I'm going to take the Browns, man. I know.
You believe in Jameis Winston. I know you're a big Winston fan.
I think he has winning game ability. But then again, Browns versus Ravens has always been a fight back and forth. It's a division game, right? So, oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna take. Okay, I'm gonna take the Browns. That's so hard, dude. I can't tell what to do there. Vikings at what was the other one? Vikings at Titans. I'm gonna take the Titans on this one. No, Vikings. I'm gonna take the Vikings on this one. I lied. So the games that we disagree on are the Saints, Steelers, and Broncos, and you're gonna fucking win. Watch, dude. Oh my God. I am not confident at all in my picks. I am not confident at all. Also, Jim Schwartz, DC for the Browns, owns Shanahan's offense. That's true. Dominates it. I don't like my picks, dude. I don't like my picks. I'm gonna fucking lose this week and be down 3 games. Me so fucking Strawberry, Papa J, someone help me. Help me. Help me. I need help. I cannot be down three weeks, dude. I cannot be down 3 weeks. I went with the Saints. I think they'll spread their wings and soar now that Dennis Allen was fired. Oh, that's true. They could have the interim head coach magic. Man. Oh, dude, I'm so worried. You're going to fucking win this week. I'm so pissed. All right, let's go back to what Juan said real quick before we dip out of here. I'm really concerned about Trent out, Kittle out. Seahawks might have a chance. I personally don't. We just talked about that already. I don't think they have the firepower on defense to really kind of cancel that out. So I feel like their defense being terrible kind of cancels out that worry a little bit. There can be a concern if their pass rush can take advantage of Jalen Moore. We don't know because we don't know if their pass rush is any good. So we'll see about that. As for the linebackers, aren't good either. So it's just such a we're missing these players, but they don't have the players to counteract our backups, if that's what I'm trying to say. So, all right, that is everything. We talked about everything. Last comment: Derek Carr going to struggle this week. There are several games I think are going to have combined total of under 20. God damn, that's crazy. I still write down everybody's predictions. Good, because I'm doing it too, but sometimes I don't do it right. I've missed some here, but we gotta get out of here. All right. Oh, did I miss the Jaguars versus Lions? If yes, I'm going Lions. Obviously, yes. We picked that one. Obviously, Lions. I wrote down both of you. I wrote down everyone's name because that's just a given.
Yeah.
Everybody.
You picked the Jaguars. You're crazy.
What's that?
Said you picked the Jaguars. You're crazy.
Yeah, that'd be the bonkers. Literally, Jared Goff can throw 5 interceptions and still win. So that doesn't matter. All right. Thank you so much, Papa Jake, for joining. You're awesome, man. You're OG, as always. Strawberry Rex, good to see you, man. As always, coming in. Juwan, good to see you, too, man. Even the back end, still good to have you, Still good to have you. Val, take care. Good to see you. Who else is in here that was potent? That's not potent, but important. Impotent. I think it's everyone.
Impotent.
Greg did. I barely know that guy, but hey, welcome. There was another person, wasn't there? No, that was everybody. All right. To everybody who watches this, what?
Miss Tribe.
Miss Tribe? Oh, yeah, that hater. That's right. Well, he's a hater, man. Yeah. So we'll take it. To everybody who watches this later, if you haven't subbed already, it makes this channel grow. It allows me to push out more content, allows me to really pursue this. You guys make that happen. So sub away. Thank you so much. If you don't like the rest of my content, but this live for some reason tickled your fancy, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Makes my 49ers heart grow from here to here. And it keeps Poggy from having bronchitis and pneumonia. So, all love, fam. I'll see you next live. Bang, bang, not again.
Bang, bang.